I have tried my best, everybody, to turn around episode number 2 as quickly as possible because I view this as an opportunity. The Pittsburgh Penguins coaching staff has less than 24 hours to prepare for the next game. They start the season with a game at home and a game on the road the very, very next day. I think that the situation that we find ourselves in right now epitomizes the title of this video series. After a game like last night, where the Pittsburgh Penguins got, let's face it, they got kicked right square in the teeth. As quickly as possible, I want to get changed into some comfy clothes. I want to put a ball cap on, and I want to get into the film room. What we're going to do here today is exactly what I suspect Mike Sullivan and his coaching staff are doing right now. We're going to park the emotion. As hard as that is, we're going to pick up our bootstraps and we're going to break it down because we've got another game tonight, baby. We've got another opportunity. Detroit Red Wings, 8 o'clock, Little Caesars Arena. Let's go. When I look back on last night's 6-0 loss as part of my debrief, my key takeaway, the bottom line up front is this. The Pittsburgh Penguins have to, right here, right now, starting today, one game in, accept and embrace the new reality, a reality that many of you would probably say has been obvious for some time now. But this is the last shot, the last year, in my opinion. It's right now they got to get this right. They are not the Pittsburgh Penguins of 2017. They cannot outscore, they cannot outchance, and they cannot overcome some of the things that happened in last night's game. Let's take a look at some of those things. To me, I like the number 3. 3 goals, 3 objectives. Like most people can remember 3 things. So for me, these are my big 3 when I look back on the game last night against the New York Rangers. All right, stating the obvious here. Pittsburgh Penguins cannot give a dynamic team like the New York Rangers the number of odd man rushes that they had. 10 total in the game. 5 in the first period. We know how the first period turned out. 2 in the second and 3 in the third. For me, when I look at the odd man rushes that the Penguins surrendered last night to the Rangers, I think 10 were given up for 4 reasons. And we're going to peel back some of the layers here and look at these 4. Number 1, at times, not throughout the night, just at times, some of the players on the ice in black sweaters were guilty of overhandling the puck. And then as an extension of that, there were just some tough bounces off guys' sticks that fueled the New York Rangers attack and gave them momentum at times. All right, reason number 2, the New York Rangers are a dynamic team. They have fast, talented personnel. They are in a different position than the Pittsburgh Penguins are in right now. But that's okay. There's multiple ways to win a hockey game, and there's multiple ways to be successful. So let's get better today as we get ready for the Detroit Red Wings tonight. And then reasons number 3 and 4 as to why the Penguins gave up 10 odd man rushes in the hockey game are the areas that I want to spend most of our time here today. And we're actually going to look at some video here in a bit. Just improper reads, all right? That's hockey. That's how it goes. You learn from it. You get better. We're one game in, and the Pittsburgh Penguins need way better sort outs in their defensive zone around the net. I'm going to show you what I mean by this and this here in a couple moments, all right? Reason number 2, failure to finish. Look, no hockey player goes out on the ice and tries not to score. They want to finish. They just didn't. First period, first 15 minutes, shots 10-3 Penguins. The Pens had 3 really good chances in the first period. If they score, they get the crowd into it. They unleash PPG Paints Arena in the home opener, and they put a little bit of doubt in the minds of the New York Rangers. Anthony Beauvillier had 4 great scoring chances in the hockey game, including a really nice bid from Sidney Crosby in the first period. That puck goes in, maybe it's a different story. Cody Glass's line, Lars Eller's line, had a lot of heavy minutes where they possessed the puck, were strong on the boards, got it to the net front, and generated a few scoring chances on Igor Sorokin, all right? Or Igor Shesterkin. I get the two of them mixed up. Unfortunately, puck didn't go on the net. And I know there was a lot of criticism of the power play last night, and I will admit the power play didn't look great. But Erik Karlsson, Evgeny Malkin generated a really good scoring chance in the first period. If that puck goes in the net, way different story, way different vibe. All right, that's hockey. It's a game of momentum. It's a 1% league. The New York Rangers can score at a lot different clip than the Pittsburgh Penguins can right now. They finish early in particular. The overall vibe is different, and the overall outcome might be different. And then reason number 3, lost battles. Lost battles at the puck, lost battles away from the puck. And the reality is, a lost battle in the net. Tristan Jarry was outstanding late in the hockey game, but he was not as poised, and he was not, to me, as dialed in as he needed to be in the first 13, 14, 15 minutes of the game, all right? His last 43 to 45 minutes were outstanding. He made about 7 or 8 grade A saves, including a bevy of saves when the Pens were down 3-0. Vincent Trocheck, shorthanded in the second period. He robbed Kaapo Kakko twice and made an outstanding save, robbing Chris Kreider on a 4-on-3 that the New York Rangers just dominated and had full possession. All right, here's the hard reality. All right, I am a former goaltender. I wasn't very good, but I know the position. When I was in my teens, a wise goalie coach once said to me, don't play this position if you're not prepared to accept the fact that from the start of the game till the end of the game, you are in a one-on-one battle with the goalie at the other net. The goalie at the other end. And last night, Tristan Jarry did not win his one-on-one battle against Igor Shesterkin. This is a guy that apparently just turned down an 8-year, $88 million contract offer from the Rangers. He is a big-time money goaltender. He didn't let the Penguins in early. He didn't give the Penguins any hope late. Shesterkin wins the one-on-one battle against Tristan Jarry last night. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look specifically at Big 3 reason number 1 that caused problems for the Penguins last night. Big 3 reason number 3. And we're going to do something that I absolutely love to do. We're going to go to the video, because whether it's a good feeling in the locker room or a bad feeling in the locker room, whether everybody's upbeat or down, what I love about the video is the video does not lie. All right, we're down here in the dark film room. Caveat, our friends at the National Hockey League, if you didn't know this, they don't look too fondly when networks like ours use live video. We do have a workaround, screenshots. It's better than nothing. I talked a few moments ago about some of the reasons why the Pittsburgh Penguins fell to the New York Rangers last night. I talked about the need for better reads. I talked about the need for better sort-outs, and I talked about lost one-on-one battles in particular. This is the first goal against. The New York Rangers deposit the puck. Some of the white jerseys on the ice go for a line change. Chris Letang is doing what every great defenseman should do. He's checking his shoulder, and he clearly sees that the open ice is over here on the strong side. What his D partner, Noel Acciari, the first forward back, and Kevin Hayes should be doing is they should be yelling to Tanger, wall, 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 as in move this puck up the wall side. That's the verbiage that teams at the NHL level use to indicate that the play should be not to the net side, but to the wall side. Unfortunately, Letang's feet go the wrong way. He doesn't go up the wall, and what should be a breakout situation becomes D-zone coverage. No good. Now, the Penguins do get into position. Unfortunately, Noel Acciari loses his stick and falls down. He gets back up, and then watch what happens. The Rangers are going to kick the puck low to high. This is Chris Letang's man. He cannot let this white jersey beat him to the net and get on the inside. Unfortunately, the Rangers player 39 gets inside position, and the Rangers go up 1-0. Just like that, 2.5 minutes into the hockey game. This is the goal that was disallowed. But I want to show what happens here because it supports some of the points we talked about in the open. Huge shout out, by the way, to the Pittsburgh Penguins video coaches for radioing down to the bench to have Mike Vellucci tell Mike Sullivan, we should challenge, this is offside. All right? Penguins win the faceoff. Jesse Puljujarvi is doing what he should be doing, which is get a bump off the faceoff and not let his man get through. Unfortunately, he gets tripped up, loses an edge, somewhat falls down to the ice. And what should be a very clear 2-on-2 situation becomes a 3-on-2 with a back checker. Now, he's getting a lot of heat today, Puljujarvi, for how he plays this, and I don't think it's overly fair. This is a shared responsibility, what happens here. Ryan Graves, weak side D, and Puljujarvi, first forward back. They need to talk in this situation. Who has the middle driver? Who has the third attacker in the weak side dot lane? St. Ivany can't play it any better than he does here. What happens is the play reaches the blue line after the Rangers do a little bit of crossing off the rush to create confusion. And Ryan Graves and Jesse Puljujarvi are 2-on-1ing the middle driver, and no one has the weak side dot lane. Even a frame before this, these two need to talk and they need to sort it out. I'm not in love with how Ryan Graves' feet are positioned. I think he should have one hand on the stick on the ice, big and long, to discourage that pass from here to here. Nevertheless, a failure to sort out, a failure to properly read and react opens up a seam, and you give these Rangers forward just a little bit of daylight, and they're going to stick it to you like they do here. Now, did the goal count? No, but this is correctable nonetheless. All right, this is the actual second goal against. Erik Karlsson, like we see a lot, is in on the forecheck, active in the O zone. Bit of a dangerous pass, but a good read nonetheless to Lars Eller. He was open here in the top half of the zone. Unfortunately, the puck bounces. Eller dusts it off and overhandles, and Artemi Panarin says, thank you very much. Now it's a foot race. Marcus Pettersson is going back for this puck. He has Jesse Puljujarvi right in line with the second Rangers attacker. So for me, Marcus Pettersson should go like there's no tomorrow. I always tell my players, if you're going, go. If not, hold and try to run the attacking player out of room so he's in the weakest lane, the lowest percentage area of the ice possible. Unfortunately, if you remember this play, Pettersson's kind of halfway. He doesn't hold the middle with a long stick and angle away, and he doesn't go like there's no tomorrow. And then Puljujarvi, unfortunately, does not get all the way back and get underneath the stick of the Rangers attacker, and now it's really 2-0, and Puljujarvi knows it. These guys are the best in the world. They know when they make mistakes. Let's hope he's better tonight. And here's the third goal against. At the end of the first period, you'll recall the Penguins had iced the puck. The Rangers had hemmed them in. I just want to illustrate how a failure to sort out and lost battles lead to the third goal against. Puck goes out to the point. Anytime the puck is at the point, it's the job of the three low defenders, in this clip, Graves, St. Ivany, and Sidney Crosby, to isolate 3 1-on-1s. And I always tell my defensemen, when the puck goes out to the point, check your shoulder. Find your guy. Mika Zibanejad is Ryan Graves' guy. Fortunately, Graves goes to the front. He, St. Ivany, and Sidney Crosby, 3-on-2 in here, and no one picks up Zibanejad. To me, that's Graves' guy. Tristan Jarry comes up with a really big save during this sequence, you'll recall. Anthony Beauvillier comes up with a huge block. Unfortunately, 9 seconds after that, 30.2 to 21.6 after Beauvillier comes up with that huge block, he loses a one-on-one battle to Chris Kreider. And it's understandable. He's stinging from that shot block. Graves had a shot block after that. And then here's where it really goes south. Chris Kreider has the puck. Sidney Crosby's defending him. One-on-one, 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 in tight. Uh-oh. Sid gets beat to the net by Chris Kreider here. And here on the rebound. And the Pittsburgh Penguins are down 3-0. If I'm the coach, do I go after the captain today? No. But the video doesn't lie. As a wise coach once said, there's reasons you win, and there's reasons you lose. So I did have a few more points on the big board as part of last night's debrief, but we've got a quick turnaround. So in the interest of time, we're going to move on and talk about tonight's game against the Detroit Red Wings. You know, it's interesting when I look at the Red Wings, how they're built, how they play. They strike me as a team that wants to be like the New York Rangers. The reality is, though, they are a lighter version of the New York Rangers. So if the Penguins make some of the corrections that we've talked about here today, that we've looked at on video, I think they'll be set up for success here tonight. 2 points about the Detroit Red Wings that I think are really, really important as part of our pre-scout, if you will. First off, in the cage. Ville Husso and Cam Talbot, the Red Wings goalies, are solid, but they are no Igor Shesterkin. What I want to see the Penguins do, the very first offensive opportunity that they get tonight, I want to see action around the cage. Off the rush, I want to see a middle driver stop at the net. In the offensive zone, I want to see forward 2, F2, at the net, screening the goalie, taking the goalie's eyes. The Penguins need traffic around the Red Wings cage so that they don't give the Detroit Red Wings goalies confidence early on. Another point related to that, the Detroit Red Wings, whether it's been head coach Derek Lalonde, former head coach Jeff Blashill, general manager Steve Yzerman, the end of season press conference for like the last 4 years, they've said the same thing. We need to improve our defense. Not necessarily their defense men, but their defensive play. So if the Penguins are hungry and they go to the net tonight, they might find a little more ice than they had last night against the New York Rangers. And that leads me to my ultimate second point. The Pens they need to continue to make no apologies for the type of team they are. They are a tight area, heavy, small area hockey club. And you know what? That's how the game's played today. Some of you may not know this, but the analytics show that 75 to 80% of the game today is played within 3 to 5 feet of the boards. All the Penguins have to do is be who they are offensively, shift after shift after shift, and they'll be fine. I'll try to put this in Pittsburgh terminology. All right, some of you might make fun of me for this because I've lived here for a while in Pittsburgh, but I'm not originally from here. The Penguins need to take their easy pass and they need to chuck it out the window. They're not a turnpike type team anymore. They're a backroads team. They're a side streets in Mount Washington, side streets in Lawrenceville type of team. That's who they are. Let's embrace it. Let's get to the net tonight and let's make the necessary corrections and learn from the 6-0 kicking that the New York Rangers gave us at home. It's a new day, whether you're in a bad mood about last night, whether you're upbeat. I hope you enjoy the Penguins. I hope you enjoy the game tonight, and I hope you enjoy our great sport because it's the absolute best. Thanks for debriefing with me here today, everyone, and we'll see you next time.